All right, cool. So if you guys remember, this internal for microscopes, we are treating like a portfolio of work. There are three things that are going to be in your portfolio: the onion slides, the leaf tear, and the paramecium. So this week is onion slide, and we need to make sure that gets done. There are three things that I need to mark you on when it comes to your onion slide. The first one is the slide itself that you guys have made. Most of you guys have gotten that, and that's not an issue. Some of you guys may have gotten only achieved with that slide, so you're gonna have to use today to make another one if Ms. Quigley didn't check you off on Tuesday. So that's the first thing on the agenda. Second thing on the agenda then is making sure you get a photo of your onion slide down that microscope. So with that photo, it's really important that it is at 100 times. That way it is close enough that you can see the details in the cells, but not too close that you don't have enough cells to be able to do your drawing. What you're going to need to do is email that photo to yourself, and you're going to insert it onto the Google Slides. Let me show you what that is looking like so you are aware. So if we go on to level 2 bio, and we're going to assignment number 4, which is the onion slides, and we go under our instructions, you will see that there's a PDF exemplars to help you guys out, and there's also the Google Slides that you need to insert your copy on there. So I need to see everyone's copy. Some of you guys might have put it on the Google Doc the other lesson. Don't worry, Ms. Quigley's already moved it to the Google Slides, so you're there. So she's given some exemplars of what to do. So you should have a image of your onion slide down the microscope, and you need to show us what you are taking for your drawing. So you should put a dot on the cell that you are going to be focusing on. You can either do that on your phone or you can do that on the computer. Either or is fine. And then what you need to include is all the cells around that one cell, because that's going to be included in that drawing. So for those that are around it, you need to be able to see the full cell that is around it. You don't want any ones that are incomplete and off the microscope viewpoint. So do kind of keep that in mind. That's why we want you guys to do 100 zoom down the microscope. Does that make sense to everybody so far? So I think 40 is too wide, and you won't be able to see the cells in detailed enough, and then 400 is too zoomed in, you won't get enough cells. The next thing you then need to do is blow up that image and expand it so it fits the page, and that way you can have all the little details so you are ready for your drawings. So everyone has their own slide, and for each slide you have the original microscope view and you have the enlarged cropped version of it as well. I need you to insert these because that is what I'm marking, because there's, like I said, multiple components for your assessment, and I need to make sure that you guys have a clear photo down the microscope because it tells me whether or not you can use the microscope and you can have enough light behind it and things like that. So that's the second thing I need. The third thing I need you to do then is to draw the onion slide. You can either do this from class data or you can do this from your own drawing. I'm happy either or. I know Ms. Quigley gave you a couple of papers last lesson, and I'm happy for you to keep drawing off of that. So let me show you what that's going to look like. So on Google Classroom, I've put a PDF of exemplars, just to give you guys an idea of what we are looking for and what requirements you need to have on it. Hopefully this will load. There we go. So we have some examples of some photographs. Some of them are good. So these are all good with the right level of amount that you can see, the right level of brightness. You can see those nuclei, I think that's what it's called. This one's starting to get to the okay level because it's a bit blurry. This one is a bad image because you have all that gunk around it, and you can't really sharply see the cells. This one's too dark, and you can see air bubbles. This one's too light. So this is an example of a good image. And again, you're making a point of which cell is going to be your center that you're going to focus on, and then all the touching cells around it also need to be drawn. And then you zoom up on that section so that way you're ready for the tracing and drawing. You can obviously, like I said, I'll print it out if you guys want them printed out. We have the overhead projector, so you have some background light to make it easy to trace it. You're welcome to sit on the bench and use the light from through the windows as well. So that way you can get a good tracing of it. I also just wanted to show you guys some drawings so you can see what the different levels are like. So this is an example of a low merit drawing. This isn't the onion cell, but the thing we're looking for is that you have nice even lines, so the cell membrane and wall don't change in size. The other thing is that the shape makes sense and follows along, because you have to remember the cell is going to fill the space fully. So that's an example of what a low merit would look like in their drawing. This is a high achieved. So in this case, some of the things that would mark this person down from a merit to an achieved is you see how it's like a very pointed edge right there. That's not how cells actually fill their space. And also we can see that there's a little bit unevenness with the sketch when it comes to that wall. We don't see, like, if I look right here, you can't really see it too closely, but you see how that cell wall kind of inserts itself into this cell wall. So it's stuff like that that makes it an inaccurate drawing. Make sure you're also very clear on what you are drawing. So give the name, give the magnification, give the stain. So that's a high achieved. This one's also an achieved for similar issues. We can see again that the cell wall membrane isn't a consistent size. And we can see that there's a little bit of shading as well, which we're not supposed to see in our drawings. Keep in mind as well, I want straight lines for when you're labeling things. Not anything that's curvy, not anything that's slanted. It should be vertical or horizontal. So that one is an example of an achieved. This one is a low achieved. So it's same kind of consistent issues that we're looking at. You see how things aren't even with that drawing. So take your time to trace it well. And then here's an example of a not achieved one. This is not an accurate drawing. The walls are very irregular in shape. The cells are irregular in shape, and you have these weird kind of gaps of where they're filling in and things like that. So if you're doing anything that's like sketching, like sketch drawing, it's going to be marked at not achieved because you need to have those straight lines. So that's what we're looking at to give you guys some ideas. All right, so those are the 3 things you need to get done. We're going to be finishing off the onion slides today. So if you don't have these 3 things done by the end of this lesson, you should be coming tomorrow for our biology tutorial, or I should say workshop. We're going to be in here for session 2. And if you still need more time, or if you have a clash, you can come in session 3 into S6, which is our normal classroom. Granted, we might shift back here so you can have the microscopes and things like that. Are there any questions? No? All right, so I'll grab out the equipment in case you guys need anything to make another slide. Otherwise, you guys have the period to get these 3 things done.